All right, you guys. So today we are going to get a look at the Canto Bight police officer and police vehicle for The Last Jedi. Looking very cool on the outside of the box. I have not seen this vehicle outside of the box yet, so we're going to all take a look at this together. But looking at the appearances on the outside of the box, looks like a very cool vehicle. Kind of almost reminds me of the Cloud cars at Cloud City for Empire Strikes Back. This seems to be like that, the equivalent of that vehicle for me anyway. So it's a bit of a nostalgic with the release of this type of vehicle in the product line, in the toy line for the 3¼ size figures, because I can't recall, and I could be mistaken, the last time that they released a vehicle, probably during the early 2000s. They might have released a similar vehicle like this, where it was just a simple vehicle for police officers or security officers or something of that nature. But this again reminds me of the twin Cloud City cars, just a small type vehicle that they're releasing in the product line. So very cool. We're going to get a look at this here today. So let's get a 360 look at the box itself. Of course, with all of the new packaging, Rey, Poe, and Finn across the top. We get a window of our figure on the outside. Very impressive looking figure, by the way, on the outside of the box there. And then, of course, again, we have the artwork of the vehicle and the figure itself in action. So very cool front side of the box. So let's get a look at the side of the box. Getting a look at the side of the box, and just to pull it a little bit closer there, we get a look at the Force Link and the vehicle itself, and the markings on the side of the vehicle look very, very cool. I'm wondering if there's some stickers that need to be applied on this thing. Probably so. And then on the back of the box, back it up a bit so you guys can get a good look at everything there. On the back of the box, we have the vehicle and figure standing there. Very intricate, actually, looking vehicle now that I see it on the back. So really, really cool. Again, it looks like we are going to get our firing projectiles on this vehicle. So again, Hasbro has done away with the Nerf technology, if you will, and gone back to the firing projectiles for your vehicle. So again, I'm sure a lot of collectors will be very pleased, and kids as well. Let's not forget about the kids here. Will also be very pleased about that. And then, of course, we get a good look at the officer himself on the other side of the box. A very impressive figure. I would wonder if this is going to be released in the 6-inch line, the figure there. I would really like to see this figure in the 6-inch line if they do decide to put that figure out. I really do like this figure, the look of this figure. Very awesome and impressive looking figure. So, guys, we're going to get this box open up here in just a moment. Get the vehicle out of the box. Look at all the contents on the inside of the box. So let's get a look at that right now. All right, you guys. So here we have the vehicle out of the box and all put together. Very simple build, just like the other vehicles in the line so far, anyway. And that would be the A-Wing that we put together previous to this vehicle. So very good construction on these vehicles so far in the new line. As you can see, this is a very impressive vehicle. I'm going to pull it up closer for you guys. But well, first we'll get a look at our figure here. I'm very impressed with him as well. Again, I hope we get this figure in a 6-inch line. I did have, unfortunately, another bit of a quality control issue with the hand here. For some reason, his hand is severely folded coming out of the package. So, but that is something that's easily fixed, so I'm not going to gripe about that as much. But nonetheless, he is a very impressive figure. I love the look of this figure. I'd like to see him in the 6-inch line. Hopefully, he will come about at some point. He has a holster for his pistol. Simple plastic gray, not even a machine gray on that pistol. So wish they could have done a little bit of better job on the color of that pistol. But it very decent nonetheless. For the 5 POA. Again, this is the 5 POA line. And then there is his pistol in his holster. Fits really, really nicely. So very good job in those areas for Hasbro. Just a couple of small minor gripes with my particular figure that I have here. Again, with the hand. And maybe they could have given us a bit of a more of a machine gun gray on that pistol there. But other than that, looks really good. Very impressive figure. So we're going to get the figure in its vehicle or get a look at the vehicle itself right now. So getting a look at the vehicle, and I'm going to try and do my best to keep it in the shot because it is, even for a 3 1/4 size vehicle, it is very nicely sized. I love the color decals on the side, and they're not actually decals. It is in the molding. The paint is in the molding of the wings. So very, very cool and good that we didn't have to apply stickers on this vehicle. And then there is a look at the back of the vehicle. Very impressive. Again, I love the metal look here in between the wings here. Makes it look a bit more authentic. You have your engines right here that would be blowing. These propellers actually move. I'm going to see if, hope you guys can see that. So they do actually move. So I'm assuming in the movie, these are going to be flying around as the officer is moving about. So very, very cool right there. I would love to see Airhog's drone on this thing. I think they can make a very impressive drone with this thing. So that would be an interesting product to see Airhog's try to tackle there with this vehicle. So we'll see if they come out with that. And then getting a look at the front of the vehicle again. I had the front console down. It actually goes up here in the up position. So there is the front console, and then there are 2 blasters here at the bottom. So that's where you would be doing your pew, 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 pew. So very, very cool vehicle. Let's get a look at him inside of that vehicle. All right, so we got our officer in the vehicle looking really cool. Very, very awesome. I really, really like the look of this vehicle, and I would like to see this in another scale. We probably won't get it in a larger scale, but it looks really awesome. I really like it in this scale nonetheless. So very cool, guys. Let me see if I can get you a closer look at the officer there. Now, unfortunately, because of that QC problem with the hand, I can't get him to grip the other bar, but the other handle, excuse me. But you can see he grips the handle very well on the other side. Those 2 handles do move up and down, so you can adjust them as needed. So it would be really cool to get an articulated figure with this guy in the 3 1/4 scale, so you can use him in this vehicle and really get a authentic look of this guy inside of the vehicle. So very, very cool. I'm gonna set him down here, guys. So very, very cool vehicle. And by the way, but judging by how they have this set up, it looks as though that as he moves the bars up and down, he would also be moving the engines in the direction that he wants the vehicle to go. So very, very cool vehicle. Can't wait to see this vehicle in action in The Last Jedi. So very impressive vehicle here by Hasbro. I really do like this thing. It's very, very cool. And it has me very excited to see it in action in The Last Jedi, which is, I guess, a part of what these toys are supposed to do, not only for the kids, but for the collectors alike. So I most definitely am excited. We're going to get a look at the firing mechanism and see how those operate. So let's get a look at that. And I'm going to do my best not to get interfere with those two missiles on the side that you see there. The buttons are underneath, and we're going to fire one off. Very cool. Fire number 2. Fire that one off. And there they are. Very cool firing mechanism as well on this vehicle. So awesome job by Hasbro once again. All right, guys. So once again, a very impressive vehicle by Hasbro. Really enjoy this thing. This actually would have been like an afterthought. It actually was an afterthought in my haul for Force Friday 2. But it actually is very impressive, and I'm very glad that I did purchase this vehicle. So I most definitely would suggest that this vehicle for any parents who are looking to get this vehicle for their kids for Christmas, especially after seeing The Last Jedi. And then, of course, any collectors who are into collecting the vehicles, this most definitely would be my suggestion as a pickup for your collection. So guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And from the Father to the Son, Luke Skywalker, to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost, may the Force be with you always.